Hello, my name is Corey Jones, and I would like to spend a little bit of time to introduce myself and give you a brief exploration into my research topic, SEL interventions. So, before I get a little bit more into my study topic, I would like to spend a bit of time introducing myself. My interest in education really could be traced back to my early years as a child. I'm a Maine native, and I'm fortunate to have been able to spend my summers along York Beach and Kittery Beach with my grandparents. I became quite obsessed with tide pools in the ocean. I would spend full days just flipping over rocks and collecting organisms. And that childlike wonder and curiosity really kind of stuck with me and became a real desire to want to understand the mechanisms of the natural world and the phenomena of the natural world. So, really, as far as I can remember, I wanted to be a marine biologist. That path to post-secondary education and obtaining a degree in marine biology was not linear. I did not go to college right after high school. Instead, I moved to Boston. Uh, Eventually decided to come back to Maine, where I started my degree in marine biology at Southern Maine Community College. After 2 years, I obtained an Associates of Science there before transferring to the University of Tampa to complete my undergraduate degree in marine biology. I got a BS in marine biology. Upon graduation from University of Tampa, I moved to Oregon and I became a marine biologist. I worked in the field of marine biology, doing research along the west coast of the United States, Hawaii, the east coast of the US, and the Gulf of Mexico, before deciding to move back to Maine and obtain a second undergraduate degree in environmental science. After completing my second degree in environmental science, I decided that instead of continuing to do science myself, I wanted to get younger people excited and engaged in the world of science and go off and do really cool things themselves in the STEM field. So I got my Master's of Education, and then I got my advanced graduate degree in education from St. Joe's College. Upon graduating with that degree, I started working at an international private boarding school teaching physics and marine biology, and I also started adjuncting at Southern Maine Community College, which felt really full circle for me because that's really where my post-secondary journey all began. I teach marine biology there, and it's really something that I really appreciate and feel honored to do. Through my experience as an educator, I've started to become more concerned with how subgroups of students or marginalized groups of students are able to access education while navigating these external barriers that they encounter. I see it every day firsthand, and this is a real desire for me to want to address this issue. We'll talk more about that as we get into my study topic, but a little bit about me on a personal level. I'm an avid fan of music. I love to hike. I like to be around nature. I love to camp. I love movies. And most of the time when I'm doing these outdoor adventures, you can find me with my trusty companion, Ripley, who is my boxer. She's quite a handful, but she's great company. So, now that you know a little about me, I would like to transition the focus on my research topic, marginalized secondary education students and social emotional learning, or SEL interventions. I would say the catalyst for wanting to investigate this topic further was teaching through the pandemic. This moment in time provided a clear delineation of SEL competencies before this event and after. Once students returned to the classroom, they appeared less social, more withdrawn, more comfortable communicating through social media and their devices than engaging in real-world socialization. This observation led me to investigate how students' social and emotional well-being can impact not just their education, but their overall well-being. Through my research, this topic began to evolve to identify how SEL interventions may not be inclusive or equitable for all student subgroups. This is precisely where my research topic has landed. I would like to learn more about the efficacy of targeted SEL interventions for certain subgroups of students. To better understand my research, some keywords must be explained to appreciate the comprehensive nature of SEL, or social-emotional learning interventions. Specifically, SEL competencies, these include skills that the students build upon. This includes relationship skills, personal responsibility and accountability, social awareness, self-awareness, optimistic thinking, goal-directed behavior, and decision-making. The group of students that I am particularly interested in may be considered subgroups, marginalized groups, or vulnerable groups. The definition or examples of what these subgroups of students may be in a secondary school environment include cultural, economic, international, social, and students with disabilities. This also includes gender barriers. Admittedly, I'm still identifying whether I should focus on a particular subgroup or all marginalized subgroups in my study. This will be identified as I continue with the literature review process. Targeted interventions are interventions that specifically target a particular subgroup. And inclusion and equity are ways to describe how these interventions can support the needs and identify the unique needs of all. So, as I began my literature review of this topic, the underlying theme that stuck out to me was this need to identify targeted interventions to help marginalize and subgroups of students. This is a continual topic that came up, and there seems to be a real appetite and desire to see how SEL interventions and SEL measures can be equitable for all student groups, regardless of their personal barriers or any kind of marginalized barrier that they may encounter. While my research on this topic is just beginning, I'm really reflecting on some challenges, concerns, and what I am looking forward to doing as we move forward. Challenges I'm currently encountering are refining my research topic to be more direct. I'm confident that the literature review process will ultimately move me in a more precise direction, but therein lies another challenge or concern: finding an adequate amount of peer-reviewed articles that particularly focus on targeted SEL interventions for marginalized student subgroups. Moving forward, I think I may benefit from additional support through library services to assist in refining my research topic and developing a system for more focused literature searches that directly point to my topic of interest. With that said, I feel passionate about this topic, and I am dedicated to the work required to learn more about this issue. I thank you for taking the time and showing interest in my research topic. I look forward to your feedback and advice as I continue this really exciting journey. Thank you.